Coming to you live and or pre-recorded, I'm Sven Sandberg from the WTTT studios in beautiful Central Florida, and this is The Time Traveler, random ramblings and mindless musings from a prematurely retired travel consultant with your host, Greg Angstrom. All right, okay, all right. Thank you very much, Time Travelers, for that warm welcome today. So glad you could join us as we take a look at part 2 of the name game. But before we begin, yep, that's right, folks, that's right. That music means that we are digging once again into the Time Traveler mailbag to address many of the comments and questions that come our way daily here at the Time Traveler. All right, so first, my favorite brother-in-law, living in Colorado named Stephen, has asked when I would be sharing my river dance skills with my viewing audience. Yes, I have performed that amazing dance routine even at family weddings, but it's highly unlikely that I will resurrect that phenomenal skill set for my Time Traveler viewers. Sorry, Stephen, but probably not gonna happen. All right, what do we have here? Okay, next. All right, my favorite sister named Brenda, not to be confused with my favorite wife named Brenda, said she really enjoyed the show. She asked, though, if I could use a flip chart on the wall behind the camera so I did not look down while I was reading my script. Well, Brenda, here's the bottom line. I will not be using a flip chart or teleprompter, but I will be using the sunglasses so that you won't be able to tell that I'm looking down while I read my script. We have to remember that in 2020, there are a lot of technological advances happening almost daily. But you can rest assured that with all these changes taking place, the Time Traveler will never take advantage of these changes to improve this show. Thank you, though, for asking. All right, well, let's talk about nicknames. All right, so this Yankee great, I hope you can see him here, is on my t-shirt, all-time saves leader. So this Yankee great, Mariano Rivera, became the all-time saves leader as a relief pitcher on September 19, 2011, and my wife and I were in attendance at that game. Now, I've been to dozens of games at Yankee Stadium, and that by far was the most electric moment that I have ever witnessed there. He notched his 602nd save, passing Trevor Hoffman, and eventually ending his career with 652 saves. He also is the only Hall of Fame inductee to be a unanimous selection. Now, one of his nicknames would be G-O-A-T. For those that are spelling challenged, that spells GOAT, but in this case, this means the greatest of all time. So even Yankee haters would have to agree with this one. Now, I personally will answer to many different names: Greg, Honey, Dad, Daddy, Pops, okay? As a grandfather, there are many different options to choose from: Grandpa, Granddad, Peepaw, Gramps, Pampaw, G-Paw, Faux Paw. Well, you can imagine the list goes on and on, but I think you get the message, okay? So I decided to travel a different path when I became a grandfather 16 years ago. All right, are you ready? The Grampster. Okay, not Grampster, but the Grampster, okay? To be honest, my first name, The, is seldom used except by me, but it's still there in the official handbook. All right, during my 37-year career in the travel industry, I've been called many things, such as my hero, travel guru, travel maven, travel shaman, but the name that has stuck through the years is the Brain Broker. Now, you might be wondering, where did that come from and why? Well, if we get back in the time machine and travel to 1983, that was the year we opened our travel agency in Des Moines, Iowa. We started out doing travel with international tours. We bought a franchise. And my favorite brother, Doug, said, "Greg, you are not in the travel business. You are in the people business. You are in the information business. You are a brain broker." I thought, well, that sounded good. So it stuck, the Brain Broker. Now, I'm sure that many of you might think a better name might be Brain Broken rather than Brain Broker, but I'm sure that one is probably already taken. Now, during our 4 years in Ecuador, I picked up a couple of new nicknames. Because of my size, I was Gringo Gigante, or Giant Gringo. Now, 6'1" is not that gigante stateside, but definitely on the taller scale south of the equator. Being a somewhat in charge kind of guy, I would be front and center in setting up meeting space for our men's Bible study at a favorite expat cafe. Because of that, my favorite Cuban Ecuadorian waiter, named Frank, always called me El Jefe, meaning the boss. I was also able to fool quite a few people and answered to Señor Maravilloso, meaning Mr. Wonderful. Hey, you know, it was good while it lasted. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little name game today, and I look forward to you joining us on future episodes. Remember, whatever name you call me, I'm kind of a big deal. Ciao for now. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. Remember to subscribe, share, and like this channel. This is Sven Sandberg for The Time Traveler, random ramblings and mindless musings from a prematurely retired travel consultant.